Outlander, 10 Most Selfless Things Jamie Fraser Ever Did. From his marriage to Claire to the origin of his scars, here are the 10 most selfless things Outlander's Jamie Fraser ever did. With Season 5 of Outlander just on the horizon, fans are looking forward to catching up with their favorite time travelers. Last time they saw them, Roger and Brianna were finally reunited after the historian had been kept prisoner. They also saw Ian decide to trade himself for Roger after he and Jamie promised to get him back. Of course, this wouldn't have happened if Jamie had thought with his head instead of his heart, but that's the kind of man he is. Jamie is one of the most selfless individuals you would ever meet and would do anything he could to keep his loved one safe. From his marriage to Claire to the origin of his scars, here are the 10 most shameless things Jamie Fraser ever did. 10. Jamie offers to take Roger's place. When it comes to his family, Jamie will do whatever it takes to make sure they are safe. However, in Season 4, the Scotsman made a grave mistake when he beat up Roger and sold him into slavery after believing the historian was the one who abused Brianna. To make amends to his daughter, Jamie and young Ian decide to track down Roger and the Native Americans. When the tribe refuses to let Roger go without making a fair trade, Jamie offers to take his place instead. While Jamie was at fault for Roger's capture, the fact that he was willing to sacrifice everything so Roger could be reunited with Brianna proves he meant well and will do anything to repair his own mistakes. 9. Jamie marries Claire to protect her. Claire and Jamie's relationship is not your typical love story. As we all know, the surgeon was first captured and held hostage at Castle Leoch. She was also pursued by the English redcoats, which placed her in immense danger, especially as Captain Jack Randall was determined to question her. In order to protect her, Jamie agrees to marry Claire. This way, Randall would not be able to get to Claire, as she now enjoys Jamie's protection, his clan, and his family. Jamie could have easily refused the gesture, but as fans all know, he would never intentionally leave someone's life in danger. 8. Adopting Fergus. It would be hard to find one fan who doesn't appreciate the relationship between Fergus and Jamie. Introduced in Season 2, Jamie meets Fergus while he is living in Paris and hires him to be a pickpocket. Jamie and Claire end up taking Fergus back to Scotland with them, where he continues to be a loyal asset. However, the most memorable scene had to be in Fergus and Marsley's wedding, Uncharted. When the priest asks for Fergus to give his surname, Jamie jumps in and says Fraser. Everyone can see how much it means to the young man, which is why Jamie should always be proud of this giving gesture. 7. Jamie leaves William. One of the most heartbreaking and selfless things Jamie has ever done was leaving his son behind. Fans may remember in Season 3 that Jamie ended up having another child with Geneva Dunsany after the Countess blackmailed him into sleeping with her. Despite the child being raised as a lord, Jamie managed to bond with his son by teaching him horse riding and other ways of the world. However, he soon decides to leave when people begin to note that William looks like the Scotsman. Although William doesn't find out the truth, he would have appreciated Jamie's decision to save them from scandal. 6. The origin of Jamie's scars. Everyone knows that Jamie's back is riddled with scars because of Jack Randall, but can they remember why he was flogged? While Jamie is known to be a troublemaker, he didn't do anything wrong to get the punishment. Rather, Jamie was flogged to protect Jenny from Randall's advances. Jamie would do anything to protect his family, and he made this very clear in Castle Leoch, when he rushed to protect Jenny from the English soldiers. Whilst Jamie is getting flogged, Randall propositions Jenny and says that he will stop the beating if she sleeps with him. Jamie insists that Jenny does not go with Randall, even if Randall threatens to kill him. You have to be blind to not see how much Jamie loved Jenny. 5. Marrying Loudhair. Out of all the characters on Outlander, fans will agree that Loudhair is one of the most hated individuals. However, despite the history between Loudhair and Claire, Jamie made another selfless act by marrying a housewife and providing her with stability. This all came about long after Claire returned to the 20th century. With Jamie struggling in the aftermath of Culloden and Claire's absence, Jenny proposed that her brother should marry Laughaire for another chance at happiness. However, Jamie would later say that he only agreed to the marriage to ensure that her children were well looked after. Although Claire hated this match, she can't hate Jamie's selflessness. 4. Jamie takes Laughaire's punishment. Another selfless act Jamie did for Laughaire was when he took her punishment. In the episode Castle Leoch, Jamie decides to take Laughaire's place after the young maiden is charged with loose behavior. In front of the Mackenzie villagers, Jamie is beaten by Rupert. When Claire later asks Jamie why he would take Laughaire's punishment, he tells the medic that a public beating would have shamed her and damaged her reputation. This way, he has saved Laughaire from any long-term consequences. Although Jamie probably regretted it after Laughaire tormented Claire, this act is something he shouldn't be ashamed of. 3. Jamie allows Claire to leave, first time. The first time the fans realized how much Jamie loved Claire was when he allowed her to return to Frank. As fans remember, Jamie had to come and rescue Claire after she was on trial for witchcraft. After helping her escape, Claire decides to tell Jamie the truth about Frank and where she came from. Believing what she said to be the truth, Jamie apologizes to Claire for stopping her from going home and decides to take her to the stones. Just before she goes, Jamie says his farewell and tells her that he will be waiting at a nearby campfire to make sure she's safe. Although Claire comes back for Jamie, you can see how upset he was at losing her. 2. Jamie surrenders to the English. 6 years after the Battle of Culloden, fans watched as Jamie was forced to hand himself over to the English redcoats after the soldiers began to threaten his family. Known to be the criminal Red Jamie, the Scotsman has become a recluse in the wake of losing Claire and his child. Occasionally, he goes and visits his sister at Lallybroch. However, Jamie soon decides that he cannot put Jenny, Fergus, and Ian in danger as the redcoats become frequent visitors. With Captain Lewis threatening to have them executed, Jamie tells Jenny to take the reward money and hand him over to the English. This way, Jenny and Ian would be left alone. It's another moment that illustrates his selflessness. 1. Jamie lets Claire and his baby go. The most selfless thing Jamie has ever done was letting Claire and the baby go back to the 20th century. As fans recall, Jamie was prepared to lead Clan Fraser in the Jacobite rebellion. With chances of survival slim to none, Jamie refused to allow Claire to stay and put herself at risk, forcing her to go back through the stones. Another reason that played a part in this decision was their other daughter, Faith. After Claire and Jamie lost their first child, the pair struggled. Knowing that Claire would suffer if she lost another child, Jamie told her to go back to Frank and raise the child in a healthier time. You could see how much this sacrifice hurt him, but it was necessary and brave.